So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. What's the deal? Where everybody at? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Y'all know I'm always running late. I'm never on time. Never will be. That's me. That's what you gotta know when you come over here. I'm always be late. When you your own boss, never on time. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Now look, this one right here, it's gonna be about hypergamy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it was brought to my attention by a request. So I had to look it up and see what it was. And I was like, yeah, this type right here. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. I'm about to go in. I'm about to speak on it. Y'all need to go ahead and get on up in here. Get them blunts rolled and that drink poured. Cause it's about to get real. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. This shit is about dating up. Now, if you gonna level up in life, you have to date up at some point. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Where everybody at? Let's get it. Y'all ready? I'm about to go ahead and give y'all 4 scenarios that I had of hypergamy. Hypergamy is dating up. So like, instead of you being just, I'm gonna speak for men. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the man always being the one that's providing everything and taking care of everything and doing everything, you know, you turn around and get with a woman that's on that same tip or even more. You know what I'm saying? I done been there 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I feel like that's the best and only way you should go. You know what I'm saying? Is hypergamy. You should only date up, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying like you could be a person that's only doing about 50,000 a year and then expecting to get a $200,000-300,000 person a year. I'm not saying like that, you know, but you should always want to date up. So if you just say if you were $50,000, damn, $50,000 a year type of person, get a 60,000, you know what I'm saying, or 70,000. It don't gotta necessarily be 100,000, 200,000, none of that shit. Just date up, you know what I'm saying? At least have somebody on your level or up, you know what I'm saying? Don't go under yourself, you know what I'm saying? Now, in some cases, you can do that, you know what I'm saying, with some people, because it could be somebody that could be making less than you and they can shoot past your ass, you know what I'm saying? It happen all the time. So, you know, it work on both ends. It's all about what you want. But if you trying to level yourself up, I suggest that you date up, you know what I'm saying, which is hypergamy. So here we go. The first hypergamy incident I had, you know, I had did a live about this not too long ago. But I did a live on this woman, you know, she no, I did a video, my bad. The video said I had got a ticket out the hood and I didn't take it. You know, well, that's just the first hypergamy woman I came across. So if you want to know exactly what was all said and all that, go watch the video, you know. But anyway, with her, I wasn't really interested in her, but she definitely was 5, 6 steps ahead of me, you know. And she had everything and she was trying to offer it to me, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't take it, you know, when I should have took it. So that was definitely dating up, you know. She had her life together. She had the newest shit. She had a nice crib ducked off in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? She had money. She was offering me the world. Like, You don't gotta do shit. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I take care of whatever you need. Go ahead and get your money right and everything. And this is another thing, you know, she been knowing me for years. You know what I'm saying? So she know I'm a hustler. She didn't see me put my work in and all that. So this wasn't on no bum nigga shit or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just a time a nigga was down. You know what I'm saying? And she came through and tried to pick me up type shit, you know. But I just didn't take it, you know. I was young and reckless at the time, so I really ain't give a fuck. But that was my first encounter of coming across somebody that you know, that wanted to date down for me to be able to date up. You know what I'm saying? So that was a date up for me, but I didn't take the shit because I was chasing after this other girl, my high school sweetheart type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I left the dating up person for my damn high school sweetheart that wasn't shit, you know. So that was my first incident with the hypergamy. I was a goofy. I should have took it, but I was young. I wasn't thinking, you know. It was what it was. Sorry, move a little forward. You know what I'm saying? By this time I didn't went to prison. I didn't got out of prison, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown as hell, you know. The second person, her name was Kasha. The first woman, her name was Jackie. Second woman named Kasha, right? So one day I had a SS Monte Carlo at the time. So one day I pulled up to this gas station, and I'm only mentioning that because that was one of my favorite cars, you know. But I was doing demolition at the time. I was an independent contractor. That's another hat that I got under my belt. But anyway, I was on my way to work. So I had stopped at this gas station and get some gas. I had to go all the way out to Port Huron. Port Huron, like 45 minutes away from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? So I go to fill up. I'm at the gas pump getting my gas. This lady pulled up on the other side of me while I'm out there pumping my gas, right? Well, I was raised to, you know, pump a woman's gas and, you know, open the door for them and, you know, be polite and things like that. I was raised like that. So I do that kind of shit. So basically, I asked to pump her gas because it was the middle of the winter, too. It was in February. You know what I'm saying? So I asked her, you know, can I pump her gas for her? And, you know, she was standing at the pump because she had put her numbers in at the pump. She didn't go in the store. So while she was doing that, you know, I was just talking to her. She looked up and she seen me in it. You know, she was like, damn, like I was her type. You know what I'm saying? So she like, yeah, and I'm gonna stand out here with you and, you know, while you pump the gas. I'm like, shit, you wanna be cold, you know, that's up to you. So we out there talking and shit. We talked the whole time. I pumped her gas for her. You know what I'm saying? So all right, that shit over. We ended up swapping numbers. Now me and her, we got real cool. You know, she damn, Kasha was like 45 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But she had her own shit. She had her own everything. You know, she had 3 jobs. She was getting money. You know what I'm saying? She was living a good life. And she wanted me to be in her world so bad, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't attracted to her, you know. So with her, I ended up falling on bad times, like a couple of months after I met her. You know what I'm saying? I had fell on bad times. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. At the time, I had met Kasha. I wasn't kicking it with this girl, you know. But some months down the line, after me knowing Kasha and everything, you know, me and Kasha was just cool. Well, I ended up meeting this girl sometime down the line, and she the one that took me down for real, honestly. So I ended up, you know, getting away from her and shit. And when I left from her, I needed a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Cause I was living with girl for a minute, but I was paying the bills. You know what I'm saying? Now, long story short, it's hard for me to get something in my name because I'm a convicted felon. You know what I'm saying? I'm a violent offender. So I don't pass background checks. So the only way I could like get a crib or some shit like that is if I rent that bitch like month to month or for the whole year or something like that. I can't pass background checks. So anyway, that's why I was staying with the girl I was kicking it with at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I did not ask to move in her spot, none of that. She told me to move in with her and all of that, because me and her was doing real good and all of that shit. So anyway, I moved in. I shouldn't have, but I did. You know what I'm saying? Some shit came up. I caught her up lying and shit, and me and her got into it, and I left. She ain't put me out. I left. You know what I'm saying? And when I left, just so happened while I was moving all my shit out of there, the woman Kasha, the one I told you I met at the gas station, you know what I'm saying, pumping her gas. She just so happened to call me right here in the gas. She called me while I was moving my shit. I didn't know where I was about to move it to. I had my homeboy help me and I had my brother help me. And we was just getting all my furniture and all this shit, and we about to get ready to move all this shit out her apartment. I realized did not have a plan on where I was about to take my shit. I swear to God. But it just show you how God worked. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm getting my bed and shit like that, I get a call from Kasha. And I stopped moving and I picked it up. I'm like, what's going on? And she like, I don't know what you going through, but you need a place to stay. You always can come chill with me. Now she had a son. uh, he was like 11, 12 years old at the time or something like that. And he was cool as hell. He fucked with me and all of that. Now she had a 3 bedroom, but she only used 2 bedrooms, one for her and one for her son. And she had a third bedroom, a whole third room that she didn't use. You know what I'm saying? So when she said that, I'm like, damn, she do got a third bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, I'm low key moving my shit right now. I don't know where the fuck I'm about to take my shit. What's up? She like, I'm about to pull up. I'm about to help you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So it's me, my brother, and my mans. We moving all this shit out the apartment. We ain't even packed everything yet. We just getting it up out of there, and I was just gonna figure out where it was gonna go from there. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, God working mysterious ways. So anyway, Kasha came, pulled up. My whole bed fit in her van. She had the brand new Pacifica at the time. It's crazy how God worked. Like my bed slid through that motherfucker perfectly. You know what I'm saying? And she was just renting it. That wasn't even her car. She was just renting it. Like, man, God working mysterious way. But anyway, we got all my shit and we took it to her house. So I ended up moving in with her, right? Now this is the second hypergamy, you know what I'm saying? But this is my first time moving in with a hypergamy. Cause the girl I said I was just with that I left, I was dating down with her. You know what I'm saying? I was dating down with her and you know, but I had a thing for her, that was my homegirl, we was vibing and everything, but the shit went left real quick and I lost everything, you know what I'm saying, fucking with her. But like I said, God working mysterious ways. So he bounced me back with Kasha, you know what I'm saying? And right when I was moving my shit, she came and pulled up. She called me. She pulled up. She offered all of that. You know what I'm saying? I never called her. I never sent her a message. I never, like tried to dry snitch like I need somewhere to go or none of that. None of that. You know what I'm saying? It just came through. So all right, I get all my shit to Kasha out. Boom. Of course, she give me that third room that she don't use. Now, of course, Kasha feeling me. You know what I'm saying? I could sleep in her room with her, but she know I don't look at her like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just cool as hell like that. So she like, you can have that third room, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Man, I stayed there about 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had to pay a bill. I ain't had to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't fucking with her or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was like I stayed in my room, you know what I'm saying? And her and her son did their thing. And to be honest, why I didn't fuck with her was because when I moved in with her, I seen how nasty she was. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know somebody until you live with them. You know. So basically, Kasha was feeding me all these stories. How good of a woman she is, and how she cook and clean and do all of this. She was doing that shit when I was coming over. Like to come visit her. You know. But when I moved in with her, I seen she don't do shit. She nasty as hell. She lazy as fuck. I mean, it was just all a lie. You know what I'm saying? Now it had me questioning her income. Was she lying about that? Because it was like she was trying to tell me any and everything to be her man. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't having that shit because, like I said, I didn't like her like that. And it all started with me pumping her gas. True life. I pumped her gas, and here it is months later. I done moved in her crib. I got my own room in her crib. You know what I'm saying? So, fellas, it pay off to be a gentleman. Like, sometimes that shit spin the block for you. Real talk. But anyway, I'm living there, and like I said, it's nasty as hell. So I didn't kick it with her like that, none of that. I just stayed in my room. I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I got myself right, and I moved up out of her shit. So I stayed with her for like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And then after that third month, I had got myself together. I got up out of there. But right before me and her, fell out and I left, she was telling me that I need to be my own boss. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time I was doing roofing, and this was in the cold. You know what I'm saying? This was like in January when I started doing that shit, and I was out on roofs. You know what I'm saying? I never in my life did no roofing. That's another hack that I got. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I just took a damn roofing job from an independent company that was in the city. It was a bunch of black guys that started their own roofing company, and they was just hiring black guys around the city. I just so happened to be in the gas station with them one day. You know what I'm saying? And they was telling me like, "Hey, you ever need a job? Call me." They gave me their business card. So that's what I started doing. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing the roofing shit for a minute. Never been on the roof in my life until that day. You know what I'm saying? And I was on roofs picking shingles and all type of shit. Never been on the roof in my life, but I did it because I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? I got to make some shit happen. Take that risk. You know what I'm saying? I took that risk. And it was what it was. But anyway, like I was saying, I was doing the roof and shit, right? And Kasha was trying to tell me like that shit ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? She like that ain't your thing. You don't need to be doing that. And she was just so in love with me, so she always say I'm too handsome for that. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So I'm like, then what you think I should be doing? She like, you need to be your own businessman. Now, mind you, this is the second hypergamy, and she telling me to be my own boss. You know what I'm saying? So with the dating up, this is what I'm saying. You need to date up. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn something from a person that you dating up from. It ain't just a whole finance thing. Sometimes it could be a mind thing. You know what I'm saying? If that person got that mind frame, that's your date up. It's not always finance. You know what I'm saying? Because literally when I was living with Kasha, I never spent none of her money. She never took me nowhere. We never did none of that. You know what I'm saying? I was just living in her house. You know, she wasn't cooking me dinner or none of that shit. I was making my own shit. I was bringing in my own grocery, and she would let me eat hers because she didn't give a fuck, and she knew that I did my own thing. So it wasn't none of that, you know what I'm saying, at all. It was just, I was just there. So it wasn't about the money. It was the whole mentality that she had for me, you know what I'm saying? So that was my dating up with her. The first one with Jackie, it was with finance because she felt like she could buy me. You know what I'm saying? She felt like because she seen I was on the block struggling, with a couple of zips of weed on me. You know what I'm saying? So she figured if she moved me into her shit and Oak Park and buy me whatever I want, put money in my pocket, let me drive her new Aspen truck. You know what I'm saying? She got me. Nah, she was trying to buy me. You can't buy me. So that was the first hypergamy. And like I said, I wasn't fucking with her anyway because I was still chasing after my high school sweetheart. But that just goes to show you when, two wrongs clashing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have them intentions for her, and she really didn't have them intentions for me. She just wanted somebody to be there for her kids type shit, but didn't know who the fuck I was. So we bump heads, the first hypergamy. You know what I'm saying? Not the second one. Like I said, her, I ended up moving in with her because she offered it. You know what I'm saying? And I needed it at the time, so I did what I had to do. I ain't too proud. I ain't one of them. If I need somewhere to go, I'm gonna put some shelter over my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what the fuck I gotta do, even if I don't want to be there. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. you know. So I did what I had to do, and it turned out to be a good thing that I did move in with her. Cause like I said, with her, telling me I need to be my own boss, she the one that introduced me into working for myself. You know what I'm saying? She had got my first little business started. It was a moving company. You know what I'm saying? I was doing moving, but I stopped doing that shit. That shit put a lot of strain on your body. That's another hack I got. You know what I'm saying? I did moving. I had a whole moving company. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't had no employees or none of it. So I did a lot of shit in my time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no bum ass, lame ass nigga. I ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? I done worked a little bit of everywhere, did a little bit of everything. But she told me, I need to stop working for these companies and start working for myself. She like, you healthy, you young, you know what I'm saying? She like, you could do things for yourself instead of working for them. So then that's when she told me to start acquiring the tools and then you could become your own boss. You know what I'm saying? So when she got me started with the moving company, I'm like, well, how the fuck I'm gonna get a pickup truck, to go around pick people stuff up, things like that. Man, she rented me a U-Haul. She started me off with a U-Haul. You know what I'm saying? And when I got my first Custo, Clio, whatever you want to call it, I went to their crib in the U-Haul. I moved it. They ain't give a fuck. And guess what? It was a whole business. You know what I'm saying? I had business cards, my name on it, all that. I'm passing them out, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm promoting myself at this point. When I was just on the fucking roof for a whole another company, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm out here doing promote my own business. You know what I'm saying? All because of Kasha, the second hypergamy. You know what I'm saying? So cool. By this time, I'm my own boss. I'm doing my own thing now. So I go ahead and get on up out her spot. Me and her started getting into it because she was just nasty. Like, I just couldn't deal with that shit. It was just weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we kept getting into it, and I got myself together anyway. So I got up out of there. All right, cool. Now that was the second hypergamy. And like I said, if I didn't gain anything else, I gained the knowledge to become my own boss. You know what I'm saying? So with that dating up, that worked out for me because I learned how to become my own boss. Cause I always been a working ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ever did. Work, 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 work. You know what I'm saying? And she just put down the play like that ain't for you no more. You know what I'm saying? Do this. So the second hypergamy, yeah, I dated up and I leveled up. So again, to the fellas, I'm talking to the fellas right now, because I'm a man. I can't speak for women, but I'm trying to speak for the men. If you down, and you need a help up, hypergamy, date up, date up. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Because it's not always about what you know. It's about who you know. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be that right woman that'll put you in that position. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too proud of it. Like, you still a man. You still who you are. Don't let that make you feel less of a man or you got to do it on your own and shit like that. We not created for that. We created to help each other. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's man or a woman, it don't matter. Just as long as you ain't leeching off that person or nothing like that, or you expecting that person to put you on or do for you, and you don't got it in your own mind to do for yourself, then you wrong. You know what I'm saying? But if you know your intentions and God place somebody in front of you, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you supposed to do because that was your opportunity for a reason. If you turn it down, it's gonna work against you. You know what I'm saying? So number two was a success. Like I said, I got some knowledge out of her, you know, and she held a nigga down while I was fucked up. So, them was two pros off of her. It was just she was just nasty. But I did what I had to do and I got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? I leveled up since that. All right, now moving on along. Hypergamy number three. It was this girl named Ariel. This was a few years ago, right? Now, I met her on Facebook, right? At the time, I had just got back in the gym. See, I be on and off with this gym shit, you know what I'm saying? But when I get back in the zone this time, it ain't no stopping me. So anyway, that was one of them times I got back in the gym. Now, when I got back in the gym, I didn't want to work out with men no more. You know, I wanted to just work out with a female. You know, like let me try something different. I always worked out by myself or with a homie or something. I'm like, why don't I try and do something with a female? You know what I'm saying? So I had made this status. I'm like, any ladies need a male trainer, hit me up. A couple of girls was on it, but they wasn't talking about shit. They just Facebooking. Just so happened I'm on my news feed one day, and the girl Ariel, she had made a status. I never seen her on my friend list, none of that. You know what I'm saying? She just popped up on my news feed one day. So I look at her status, and she was saying that she need a male trainer to help her out in the gym, to motivate her, things like that. I'm like, damn, that's exactly what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's perfect timing. So I had sent her a message. I'm like, I'm here. What's up? She jumped in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? We got to talking and shit. She was acting like we gonna be gym partners. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, big. That's gonna work. Because that's what I needed. I needed a female to work with. So that was the whole plan. Well, I met her. We never went to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just put it like that. Well, she never went to the gym. I was going to the gym. She never went to the gym. So if you ask me, it was a setup. You know what I'm saying? I was the damn. She threw the bait out there. I took it. You know what I'm saying? I took the bait. You know what I'm saying? By wanting her to join me to do this gym shit. You know what I'm saying? So she had got down on me, low key. But me and her ended up, doing our thing. We ended up getting into a relationship, things like that. We was friends for like 4 months. You know what I'm saying? And then we finally, crossed that line into being in a relationship. Well, like I said, when I met her, this is hypergamy number three. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, this is hypergamy number three, right? Ariel. Now, Ariel was younger than me. You know, she was younger than me, but she was way more advanced. Like, she was smart with that computer shit. You know what I'm saying? So she was making money online. She didn't have a job. She worked from home. You know what I'm saying? So she was getting all her money from the crib. And she was killing them. She was doing the motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So with me meeting her and she bringing me around her shit and things like that, she started telling me, like, hey, I made this, I do my thing. She never told me the total that she made, but she just showed me some shit. I'm like, damn, this girl get money for real. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even on it. I wasn't even on it. I was just on some gym shit. But like I said, she ended up reeling me, and and I ain't gonna lie, I fell in love with her. It was just supposed to be some gym shit, and I ended up falling in love with this girl, and she was just buying me shit, taking me places, all type of shit. It was just it was a wonderful thing, and I was doing for her. So it wasn't no she just doing for me. I was doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? We had date night every Friday. You know what I'm saying? We was FaceTiming each other every day, all the time when we wasn't around each other. We was together every day. You know what I'm saying? We put in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And she had it. She had her own crib. I had my own crib, but she was staying far out in the suburb. You know what I'm saying? So she was like an hour away from where I lived at. You know what I'm saying? But I used to travel with her every day because I was just in tune with her. You know what I'm saying? It just fucked me up that she was younger than me and she was so more far advanced than me. You know what I'm saying? That shit turned me on. Now, some guys, they might look down on that. They think that's weird, or, they don't like their woman doing better than them type shit. Not me. You know what I'm saying? I always like to learn. I don't care if you're younger, older, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you more advanced than me, that shit a turn on for me. You know what I'm saying? So me and her was good. So anyway, like I said, she had money. You know what I'm saying? She was getting money and she was buying me shit. I told y'all, well, I did a video. I did a video. I think I did a couple of videos talking about this car. But I had a 2020 wide body scat pay Charger. You know what I'm saying? A couple of years ago. It was her. She had put it in her name. Now I was paying for it 100%. You know what I'm saying? But she the one that had got it for me, and I didn't ask for it or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, I was out riding around one day, and she sent me a message, and I opened up the message, and it was a picture of that car. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why you send me this? She like, don't you like that car? I'm like, yeah. She like, well, I'm about to go ahead and get it for you. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Like, she rented it for me. She rented it for me off of Turo. I didn't even know what the fuck Turo was. You know what I'm saying? But she figured that shit out and she rented it for me. You know what I'm saying? She paid the whole down payment on it, all that. That shit was like $1,200, and it was out in Ohio. So she had rented a car for us to drive out to Ohio to go pick up the Charger, drop the rental off in Ohio, jump in the Charger, and drive back. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl had money. She was doing her thing, and she ain't never came cheap. She ain't never came $30, $40, none of that. She always came thousands of dollars at a time. You know what I'm saying? So the third HYPERGAMY, yes, that was definitely a date up. It was a level up. She was younger, but she was ahead. She was more advanced. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that definitely was an upper. You know what I'm saying? But she started getting crazy and, figuring I'm out cheating and all this bullshit. It don't never last. All good things come to an end. So she got on that. She tracking my location. She pulling up on me and all type of shit, like trying to embarrass me or something. So I cut her off. Like, you ain't gonna snatch my respect, as a man. You not gonna be playing with me like that. So we had to break apart for that shit. I never cheated on her. I never put my hands on her. No woman I ever been with, I never hit a woman. None of that. I don't do none of that. So ain't no domestic violence is over here. None of that. I don't roll like that. It was just, like I said, she just had to figure something was wrong with me. But other than that, our relationship was great. You know what I'm saying? So what the HYPERGAMY on that it was always a great time with me and her. She was clean, she cooked, she took care of home. You know what I'm saying? It was lovely. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need or want for nothing, even though I was straight and I was already doing my thing. But with her, it was just times 10. You know what I'm saying? It'd be some shit I wasn't even thinking about, and she'd just take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't all finance. You know what I'm saying? It was just dating up as a person, period. HYPERGAMY is definitely something I highly recommend. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, just the only thing with me and her was she was super insecure. You know, maybe that's why she was throwing money around. I don't know. But the same thing that tried to turn her on into reeling me in is the same thing that turned her out. You know what I'm saying? From me wanting to fuck with her, I just became uninterested. Like, I don't roll like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, that was that. So HYPERGAMY number 4, which is the last one. Now, this woman, right? Her name Lakeisha. She like 55 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, this was a few years ago. It was a salon that I was going to. Me and my stylist, we ended up falling out, so I stopped going there. But anyway, the time being that I was there, the lady that owned the salon, Lakeisha, she was digging me. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. She was digging me. So long story on all of that, you know, she ended up sliding up on me one day. She talking about she wanted to get money with me and all of that shit because she knew I was coming up there at different cars all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, she had a Cadillac XT6, brand new boy. It's like the baby Escalade. You know what I'm saying? she get money and she on her, hair salon and everything. So she was doing the motherfucking thing, but she was digging me. So one day she slid up on me. She like, look, how about I give you $1,000 and you just go flip this shit. Just do whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and flip it. I'm like, you straight? She like, yeah, if you lose it or, you don't make it happen or anything, she like, I ain't tripping. Just, that's for you, your pocket type shit. That's how she came on to me. You know what I'm saying? She dropped the band on me off the rip. On my kids. I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I was just coming up there to get my hair done. But she got to a point where she got fed up and she said, fuck you. She came and cut into me. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, me and her was locked in, you know what I'm saying, type shit. And man, she had set me down one day and she like, look, I'm gonna tell you something, I'm gonna level you up. That's exactly what she told me out her mouth. She was like, I'm gonna level you up. You know what I'm saying? Now, me and her like 30 some years apart. No, 20 some years apart. My bad. We like 22, 23 years apart. So she knew it wasn't gonna be nothing serious with me and her. She just liked my presence. You know what I'm saying? She liked my mannerism. She liked me as a man. You know what I'm saying? Man, when I hooked up with her, mind you, I ain't asked for nothing. This woman did the most. Out of all the hypergamies I done dealt with, the past three I told y'all about, number four, she killed all of them for real. Like, killed them. So, man, me and her, we definitely did the motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? But me and her, we fell out because she got grown as kids. You know what I'm saying? That's around my age. And long story short on that, me and the kids was bumping heads type shit. So I was like, yeah, me and you, we ain't gonna work out because, of course she ain't gonna cut her kids off of me. You know what I'm saying? Them her kids. But, they had a protective thing going on, and I wasn't digging that shit. So before I took it to the next level, I just had to cut it short. But man, with her, my God, I done seen some shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, hypergamy is definitely where it's at. You want to date up in this world, you know what I'm saying? If you dating down, you losing, you know what I'm saying? For real, because dating down is the old ways, the old days. It's a brand new day out here. You gotta be on some shit these days, you know, and that start with dating up. Always date up. Now, mind you, all these women that I told you about on this hypergamy journey, I never asked them for nothing. None of them. I never dug in their pockets. I never played no roles. I never did none of that. You know what I'm saying? And my name's still good with all of them. We just, went our ways. But I never had to do any of that. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was just natural for me. They just fucked with me. They wanted to do for me. So all in all, that's the type of person that you want to date. Is somebody that's gonna level you up, somebody that's gonna help you out, and then the same and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you have to kick out what you receiving. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if you plan on receiving it, you got to kick out more. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a one-way street. With a thing like that. It's just that if you in a rut right now, especially if you always been a good person and you stood on business and took care of shit, hey, go ahead and level yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Date somebody past you. Because that was me. I always took care of every woman I ever been with. You know what I'm saying? Every woman I've been with. They didn't have to pay for shit. They ain't had to do nothing. They ain't had to lift a finger. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't cooking, none of that shit. Like my baby mama was the only one that was cooking. And I was dating down with my baby mama. But the good thing about my baby mama was she gave me my kids that saved my life. You know what I'm saying? So I take that. Like, I dated down with it. I lost a lot with it. She had put me $12,000 in the hole with the IRS alone. You know what I'm saying? I had to get myself out that hole and all of it. Like, yeah, I lost a lot with my baby mama, but she kept me alive. You know what I'm saying? By giving me my kids. And that's why me and her, we don't got no problems. You know what I'm saying? I don't got her on no child support or none of that. And I got full custody of my kids. I don't do none of that shit, none of that, you know. We got to understand it and we don't have no problems. But I just threw that in there because that was the time I dated down. But she made sure she cooked and took care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? So I give her that much. But other than that, that was a date down, which goes with what I was saying, that every woman that I've been with, I dated down. You know what I'm saying? I took care of all of them. And I lost behind all of them. And that shit always came and spent the block on me and smacked me in the face. You know what I'm saying? For dating down. So when I finally took my first dating up situation, somewhat serious, which was Kasha, the second one. And again, we wasn't in no relationship or none of that. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, me and Kasha, we had sex a couple times, probably like 3 times. You know, I met her that February. I ended up moving in with her like that December. You know what I'm saying? Because I was gone by that March, and I only been living there with her for like 3 months. But basically, I known her that whole year. You know what I'm saying? And by the end of the year, I ended up moving in with her and started seeing the real her. But at the same time, I learned something from her. You know what I'm saying? I learned to be my own boss, you know, and I don't turn it down for shit. Now, anybody that's their own boss, we all know we had ups and downs in this game. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be times you're gonna be broke as fuck, and then there's gonna be times you're gonna be up. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm gonna be real. You know, I could miss a whole year, and then a check is dropping my hand for 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, no lie, real talk. You know, so it come with the game. You know, with being your own boss. Sometimes you down, sometimes you up. You know what I'm saying? That's how the game go, and I wouldn't trade that for nothing. Like I was saying, take that risk. You know what I'm saying? I don't trade that for shit. You know, I get more time with my kids. I'm preserving my body. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the jobs I did was hard working, manly jobs. You know, and now I realize how much damage I did to my body doing them damn jobs, and don't got no pensions or none of that shit from none of that. You know what I'm saying? All I got is a stripe to say that I did it. Like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? I can go to any site and start working. I have that experience. I had it under my belt. You know what I'm saying? The foremen can pull that up about me and see that I am a contractor. I can get hired on somebody's job right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that no more. Yeah, they pay good. You know what I'm saying? But what you putting your body through is really not worth the pay. You know, it's really not. So with my second hypergamy that taught me, you know, to be my own boss, I take that with a grain of salt. Cause all them hard working ass jobs, I was broke as hell with that shit too, getting paid good and still be broke. So I'd rather be my own boss and be broke sometimes because that's just what come with the game. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know it's gonna flip. You feel me? Like that's what it do. You know? So basically with her teaching me that, that was definitely dating up. You know what I'm saying? It leveled me up. I can't go against it. You know what I'm saying? So hypergamy is definitely a plus. I recommend it to everybody. You know, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. You feel me? Sometimes you need it. And I was one of them that definitely needed, you know, because I've been through it. I've been through the ringer playing that man pay all the bills, man take care of everything. And man, that shit drained the shit out of me. Drained the fuck out of me, you know. Then the hypergamy started coming to me and taught me a motherfucking lesson. So end all to do all. Data, level yourself up. Just because you dating that person, that don't mean that you have to be with that person. You know, if you there to date them to learn something from them, get them tools, you know, do what you need to do with it, move on with your life, you know. I hope it helped y'all, you know. I hope it relies some type of steel wheel message on you. Date up. It's been another live stream of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.